Have you ever faced challenges that made you feel like you were fighting a hopeless battle? There is an ancient set of rules that have helped the strongest people in history overcome the fiercest storms of their lives. Are you curious to know how this ancient rulebook can completely transform your life? To seek the answer, let us turn to the story of Dutch Olympic athlete Mark Tuitert, who won the gold medal in the 1,500-meter speed skating at the 2010 Winter Olympics. For Mark, victory was not just about overcoming opponents on the track, but also the result of a spiritual journey, where he applied Stoic philosophy in his everyday life. Over 20 years, from a young athlete to a successful entrepreneur, Mark continually learned and applied lessons from Epictetus and Seneca to face pressure and challenges, not just in sports, but also in life and his career. Today, through this video, we will explore with you the 10 Stoic principles that Mark used to master his emotions and transform pain into strength. These principles are not only for top athletes in the world, but also for anyone seeking peace and resilience in life. Join us on this transformative journey, a step towards not just overcoming difficulties, but also advancing towards a better version of yourself. As you discover these 10 Stoic principles with us, I challenge you not only to watch the entire video, but to take an even more proactive step. Leave a comment below this video with the affirmation, "I dare to challenge myself." This is a commitment to yourself that you are not just absorbing knowledge, but also applying it in your life. Let us begin this transformative journey together today. Principle number 1. Win by not focusing on winning. A common reality we often encounter is when a person sets too many goals at once. The result they achieve for each goal typically only reaches about 50% success. In many cases, they do not achieve any goal at all. For example, many people often think that multitasking will help them succeed. They feel the need to possess expertise and management skills and play the role of controlling everything. However, this attitude often prevents them from effectively fulfilling their roles. In the pursuit of victory, common sense often dictates an unwavering focus on the ultimate goal, which includes moral elements or personal peace. However, Stoic philosophers realize that true success does not lie in achieving external rewards, but in the integrity of character and the alignment of actions with moral qualities. As Epictetus, the famous Stoic philosopher, said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Consider the example of a competitive athlete who, instead of focusing on the final result or the applause from the audience, dedicates themselves entirely to refining their craft. By focusing on the process instead of the outcome, they cultivate a mindset of endurance and calmness, overcoming the temporary highs and lows of victory and defeat. Moreover, by relinquishing attachment to external results, Stoic philosophy frees us from the tyranny of circumstances, empowering us to find satisfaction and meaning regardless of external conditions. Whether facing success or hardship, we retain the freedom in our response, navigating life with gentleness and resilience. In essence, winning by not focusing on winning involves engaging in a model of success defined not by external validation or material achievements, but by the cultivation of wisdom, virtue, and inner peace. It calls us to realign our priorities toward what truly lies within our control: our thoughts, actions, and character. As we embark on this journey of self-discovery and moral development, let us heed the timeless wisdom of the Stoics and strive to find victory in the pursuit of virtue itself. Principle number 2. Death makes life epic. Death, often seen as a tragedy, can simultaneously be viewed as a motivating force for life. Instead of fearing the inevitable, one can accept death as a profound awareness of the fragile and precious nature of life. In Stoic philosophy, death is not only an endpoint, but also a profound reminder of the finitude of our existence. As Seneca, the renowned Stoic philosopher, aptly put it, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Reflect on life when juxtaposed with death. The awareness of our limited time on earth makes every moment important and urgent. It forces us to seize the day, pursue passions, and savor every experience with mindfulness and gratitude. Instead of lamenting the shortness of life, we can find solace in knowing that death enriches the tapestry of our existence. Think about the lives of the most respected figures in history. From philosophers to poets, artists to activists, their legacies endure not because of death. Their dedication to humanity, their profound advice, and their courageous actions were shaped by a deep awareness of death. For them, death was not an obstacle, but a source of inspiration, driving them to transcend the ordinary and embrace the extraordinary. In our modern society, where the pursuit of material wealth and alluring pleasures often overshadows the pursuit of meaning and fulfillment, the Stoic principle that death makes life epic serves as a powerful reminder of what truly matters. It challenges us to reassess our priorities, nurture virtues rather than vices, and live a life of meaning and purpose. As Marcus Aurelius, another famous Stoic philosopher, said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Listen to this and strive to make our lives truly epic, guided by the wisdom of the Stoic philosophers and the inevitability of death. We are curious to know, how will you choose to live before death? Will you succumb to the fear of mortality, or will you embrace it as a catalyst for a sincere and passionate life? Share your stories and insights in the comments. Trouble is not a sign of failure, but merely signposts on our journey. When faced with difficulties, we often feel disheartened and lose our direction. However, when we view them as steps forward, we can use them as guides for personal growth and success, and how they can change our lives. Principle number 3. Use setbacks as signposts. Have you ever pondered the true meaning of failures? Each fall, each obstacle, is not merely a painful stone, but also a signpost, indicating the direction we should go next. From the perspective of Stoic philosophy, understanding and using obstacles as signposts in our lives is not just a way to overcome them, but also an important part of shaping each person's character and fortitude. When facing difficulties, have you ever felt like you're standing in front of an insurmountable wall? Don't lose heart. Remember, every setback, every unexpected incident, no matter how painful, is an opportunity for us to pause, reflect, and learn a lesson. View them as invaluable guides, helping us correct our mistakes and continue progressing. Inspired by the life and career of Thomas Edison, we see a shining example of perseverance and a positive attitude toward failure. When Edison was researching to create the electric light bulb, he faced thousands of unsuccessful experiments. Each time he failed, instead of feeling disheartened or giving up, he carefully documented it, seeing it as an opportunity to better understand what wasn't working, thereby finding a more correct direction. For Edison, each unsuccessful experiment was not a sign of failure, but an important step in the invention process. He once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This perspective not only reflects his extraordinary optimism, but also shows how he turned each obstacle into a part of his journey to conquer the final goal. Edison's story reminds us that in life, attitude determines how we face challenges and failures. By accepting and learning from each failure as a firm stepping stone, we can get closer to success. When you accept and even welcome failures as an inseparable part of the journey of personal development, you not only learn from your own mistakes, but also develop a deeper insight into yourself and the world around you. This is the essence of Stoic philosophy, turning each experience into valuable lessons, helping us stand firm with every step on the road of life. Principle number 4. Character is your most important project. Character is seen as a long-term and ever-changing endeavor, the strongest foundation that each individual can build. Why is that? Because character not only shapes how we interact with the world around us, but it also profoundly influences how we perceive and solve problems. According to Stoicism, cultivating a good character requires perseverance and conscious continuous development through 4 core values: courage, temperance, justice, and wisdom. Each of these values not only helps us develop ourselves, but also guides us towards living a life beneficial to others. Consider the example of Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, and one of the greatest Stoic philosophers. Despite facing immense pressure from power and the constant threat of wars, he continuously cultivated his character through journaling, where he reflected and reassessed his actions daily. Marcus Aurelius believed that each day was an opportunity to become a better version of oneself, which could only be achieved through self-control and the persistent pursuit of core values. Courage is not only shown in facing difficulties, but also in confronting uncomfortable truths about oneself and resisting short-term temptations. Temperance helps us control desires and prevents them from clouding our judgment. Justice recognizes and respects the rights and feelings of others. And wisdom is the ability to use reason to make the best decisions. Therefore, it's not an overstatement to say that character is your most important project, is an endless journey, a process of constant challenge and self-improvement. Every step forward on this path not only improves ourselves, but also contributes to creating a better society where everyone lives and acts based on understanding and mutual respect. Principle number 5. Judge less, understand more. Imagine you're a manager and one of your employees is frequently late. Your initial reaction might be to think they are irresponsible. However, applying principle number 5, you decide to dig deeper. In a private conversation, you discover that this employee is facing serious family difficulties with a sick relative who needs care. This information changes how you view the situation. Instead of criticizing, you choose to support the employee in finding a flexible solution, such as adjusting work hours or providing information on mental health support resources. This action not only improves the employee's performance, but also encourages a company culture based on empathy and support. Have you ever wondered why we are quick to judge others without truly understanding them? In this life, seeing things through the lens of judging less and understanding more is not only the key to transforming our lives and reducing hurt, but also an opportunity to expand our hearts and minds. This principle advises us not only to learn how to forgive, but also to develop a deep understanding of our own and others' emotions. When you start reconsidering personal judgments, you not only master negative emotions, but also can view a situation more objectively and decide how to respond calmly. Choosing understanding over judgment not only minimizes misunderstandings, but also fosters an atmosphere of empathy and support. This principle opens the door to a richer emotional life, one where we face challenges not just with strength, but also with an open heart. As we continue exploring the principles of Stoicism, I want to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude to you, our dear audience, for joining us this far. Your support means a lot to me, and I encourage you to like and share this video if you find it useful. Let's explore the next principles, where we will learn how actions truly speak louder than words, and I promise the remaining principles will be equally meaningful and inspiring. Principle number 6. Actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words is a timeless principle deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. This principle emphasizes the importance of aligning actions with values, conveying the idea that what we do matters far more than what we merely say. The Stoics believed that our character is defined not by intentions, but by actions, and they encouraged us to live in a way that reflects our virtues and principles. A simple yet important question to ask oneself is, what do you need to do to achieve something? By envisioning what is required to reach a goal and honestly assessing whether you're willing to take those steps, you pave the way for meaningful action. This exercise in self-reflection encourages introspection and propels us beyond mere lip service. Once you have envisioned the goal and prepared to act, there's only one thing left to do: act. This principle is particularly significant because it underscores the value of personal integrity. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, was a shining example of this. Despite his great power, he remained humble and always acted for the benefit of the people, living true to his Stoic beliefs. His actions defined his legacy and demonstrated his commitment to Stoic ideals. Consider a more contemporary example: someone who wants to improve their health. They may talk endlessly about wanting to be healthier, but if they don't take specific steps, like exercising regularly and eating healthily, their words are hollow. The Stoics would advise this person to focus on what they can control: their actions. By taking positive steps toward the goal, they align their behavior with their desires, exemplifying the Stoic principle that action is paramount. In our lives, this principle can serve as a powerful guide. Are there areas where our actions don't align with our stated intentions or values? How can we bring our behavior in line with our goals and beliefs? Reflecting on these questions encourages us to live more authentically and purposefully. As the Stoics remind us, actions speak louder than words, and it's through our actions that we transform our lives and impact the world around us. Principle number 7: accept your fate. We are no strangers to the Harry Potter series, but the story of the mother of this series, J.K. Rowling, is a testament to accepting one's fate, just as Harry Potter accepts his fate to fight against the darkness of Lord Voldemort. After finishing her first book, Rowling faced 12 rejections from publishers. Her financial situation was also challenging, as she was a single mother living on social welfare. Additionally, Rowling had to overcome a painful divorce and battle depression. Instead of complaining about her difficulties, she accepted them as part of the journey, ultimately turning obstacles into stepping stones and making Harry Potter a global phenomenon. This reflects the Stoic philosophy of amor fati, emphasizing the acceptance and love of one's fate. Stoic thinking isn't just about making the best out of every situation, but also about learning to love it. We can't deny reality. If you not only accept your fate, but also love it, you can handle anything life throws at you. Amor fati teaches us to accept fate with an open heart. The Stoics believe that, by doing so, we align ourselves with the flow of life, achieving resilience and inner peace. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, wrote extensively about this concept in Meditations. He encouraged himself and others to accept what happens as if they had wished for it. This might seem counterintuitive, especially in the face of adversity, but the Stoics recognized that resisting fate only creates unnecessary suffering. Think of a time when things didn't go as planned. Maybe you missed an important opportunity or faced an unexpected obstacle. How did resisting or complaining about the situation help you? Perhaps it only added to your stress. In contrast, when we accept and even love our fate, we free ourselves from the chains of disappointment and align our actions with the reality of the moment. The power of accepting fate lies in its transformative potential. By embracing this Stoic principle, we transcend mere survival to thrive amidst the unpredictability of life, turning each moment into an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. Principle number 8. A map is good. A compass is better. Imagine you are a sailor, navigating your ship across the sea under a starry sky. Your goal is clear: to reach a distant port, but the journey is unpredictable and constantly changing. In this metaphor, the map is your initial plan, showing you potential routes, while the compass represents your inner guidance, your principles, and your adaptability. Life is like the sea, full of uncertainties and surprises. We can plan and chart our course in detail, but often unforeseen storms or shifting waves force us to adjust our direction. The map is useful for navigation, but it is rigid and inflexible. The compass, on the other hand, gives us direction while allowing us to adjust as needed. In the same way, our plans have value, but our inner compass, our values and principles, is what truly guides us through life's unpredictable challenges. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This reflects the importance of having a compass, a guiding principle, to steer through the turbulent waters of existence. When you identify your strengths and align your actions with your core values, you can adapt to the changing circumstances of life without losing direction. It's not just about reaching a destination or achieving a specific goal. It's also about the journey, about how you navigate through life. The compass represents your character, your virtues, and your ability to remain steadfast even when the wind changes direction. In summary, while the map provides a framework, the compass provides direction. In life, as in sailing, the real adventure lies not only in reaching the port, but also in navigating the journey with resilience, integrity, and adaptability. Your perspective is valuable to us. Have you ever used an inner compass to navigate through life's challenges? Please share your thoughts on this approach in the comments. When I reflect on my journey, I realize that my efforts have often been focused on personal goals. But after being exposed to Stoic philosophy, a new picture emerged before me. I realized that true success comes from focusing my attention on the benefit of the team. When exposed to principle number 9, I experienced a powerful mental transformation, an experience I wish to share and inspire you with within this video. Principle number 9. What's good for the team is good for you. How do our actions affect those around us? How can focusing on the common good enrich our lives? How does community well-being impact personal happiness? These are important questions that Stoic philosophers pondered as they developed their philosophy. They believed that what is good for the community is also good for the individual, and this principle remains very relevant in today's world. One aspect of the good is the commitment to treat everyone in the world well, just as you treat yourself and those around you, regardless of background, status, race, or personality. The Stoic philosophers recognized that you are part of a larger whole, and if you do something that's not good for the community, then it's not good for you either. For example, imagine a sports team where each player is only focused on their success. While one or two players might stand out, the overall team will likely struggle. On the other hand, when each player works towards a common goal, supports each other, and plays unselfishly, the team will thrive, and each player benefits from the shared success. In this case, what is good for the team is certainly good for each individual player. This principle also applies beyond sports. In the workplace, if everyone is only concerned with their gain, the overall atmosphere will become toxic and inefficient. However, when colleagues support each other and work towards a common goal, the workplace becomes harmonious, efficient, and fulfilling for everyone. In our interconnected world, this principle is more important than ever. By adopting the Stoic mindset of treating everyone well and focusing on what's good for the team, we can create communities, workplaces, and relationships that support, elevate, and ultimately benefit ourselves and those around us. Principle number 10. Happiness is a side effect. Pursuing happiness as an ultimate goal often leads to dissatisfaction, as it makes you continuously search for fleeting pleasures or the next win. Instead, the Stoics encourage us to strive for a state of flourishing and fulfillment, where serenity is achieved through a virtuous lifestyle and self-improvement. By pursuing the right things, namely virtue, wisdom, and self-discipline, you align your actions with what is moral and ethical, and in doing so, you foster a strong state that does not depend on external circumstances. Consider the example of a person who constantly pursues material things or praise, thinking they will find happiness in these achievements. They may experience fleeting joy, but soon after, they find themselves wanting more, trapped in an endless loop of longing and dissatisfaction. On the other hand, a person who seeks to improve their character, build meaningful relationships, and contribute to the happiness of others will often find a sense of fulfillment and deep joy that naturally arises as a result of their actions. The Stoics remind us that true happiness is not something to be pursued directly, but is a byproduct of living a life aligned with virtue. By practicing gratitude, facing challenges, and focusing on self-improvement, we nurture a state in which happiness naturally flourishes. This approach not only shields us from external events, but also allows us to find inner contentment regardless of our circumstances. To end today's video, we have explored 10 principles that can profoundly change your life. Now it's time to ask yourself, how can you apply these principles to your daily life? Which principle resonates with you the most? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. If you found this video helpful, please like it, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe to the channel to continue receiving inspiring insights from Stoic philosophy. Don't miss the next videos displayed here as we journey together towards a stronger, wiser, and happier life.